Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Today we're doing it a day early than we normally do. This is the funnest time of year for flight simming because it's the time when we all pretend like we're working really hard, but we really aren't, and we go off and we flight sim instead of work. Um, it's definitely going to be the busiest time of year from our perspective. Lots of people on the network, lots of things going on. Hopefully, a few surprises along the way as we get from here to the end of the year. A few of those surprises we'll announce today, which is going to be fun. But a few more, I think, before the year is out here, including progress on some of the things we've already announced, and everybody can already is already aware of things like traffic injection. We've got some new things coming for that, and obviously, a bunch of other little surprises along the way as well. We got a few things today as well, like I said, so let's dive right in. We'll make this one relatively quick. I don't have a ton of stuff to go through, but a few things that are new. One, 3 times as many voices in the U.S. compared to where we were a month ago. This is largely thanks to a few different things. One, Mr. McCracken has been putting in a ton of work here. We're starting with the U.S., and, I'll explain here in just a second. The big reason that we've been able to come up with this many new voices is because we've been leveraging the crowd voice stuff that we put into place here. I don't know. It's been a few months since we did this, but for those of you who don't remember or want a refresher, Crowd Voice is a setting in your Pilot Portal. So if you log into Pilot Portal, you go to Settings and you scroll down a little bit. There's a setting there for a thing called Crowd Voice. And what this does is it allows, you're basically giving us permission to clone your voice and then use it as an air traffic controller. When we first did this, we found that the results were okay. We got maybe 1 out of 100 voices that we could use. It wasn't great. But what we discovered is that the training method that we were using was a little bit flawed. We came up with a better way to do it. And now it's closer to about 1 in 10 voices that we're finding we can use, which means so many of you donated your voices. So many of you said, yes, if you want to use my voice as an air traffic controller, go ahead. That 1 in 10 ended up being actually a gigantic number. And we were able to pull in a lot of these and sort of spread them out throughout the United States. Now, one of the tricky things that we have, by the way, the new voices in the U.S., they sound wonderful. And we're still doing some tweaking. We're still listening. We understand some of them are a little bit slow. Some of them are too fast. We'll smooth all that out. Don't worry about any of that. We're listening to it. We hear it. We're working on it. My guess is another day or two, and we'll have everything sounding really, really nice. But the U.S. voices right now is very interesting. If you listen to our live tracker, they sound almost indistinguishable from real people. Like I have to actually really pay attention to hear which ones are the controllers versus which ones are you guys, our live pilots. So it ended up being it's an enormous upgrade to the quality of the U.S. voices. Now, outside the U.S., where we want to get lots and lots of accents and things like that, we're finding that the AI training process is removing most of your accents, right? However, that doesn't seem to be the case for all of them. And as soon as we're done here, I'm actually going to go to the Crowd Voice page, and I'm going to add a field there where you'll be able to tell us what your accent is. So if you want to donate your voice, let us use it as an air traffic controller. Please also enter on there. It's not there yet. It will be in. Give me 30 minutes when we're done. A field where you can type in what your accent is. And then if there's any chance at all for us to sort of, manipulate the training process so that we can keep that accent in there, it'll go a long way towards us taking this same approach into Europe and Asia and elsewhere in the Middle East, especially where we don't have a ton of really good ones, and give us sort of a massive expansion of the available voices there, which I'm very excited about. If it turns out half as good as it did in the U.S., it's going to be an enormous win. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention to you. You're going to hear a lot of new voices, and some of them are really, really, really good. in the U.S. And again, plans to expand that. Minor thing I added the other day, but a lot of people have asked for it. If you hover over an item in the comm log, it'll show you the timestamp now, and a ton of bug fixes related to taxi pass, frequency identities, typo in there, sorry about that, frequency identities, handoffs, and more. So, always good new things, and always lots of effort being put into, bug fixes and quality of life improvements and things like that, in addition to some of the bigger stuff that we work on that we'll get in here. The next thing I wanted to mention is the Shoot Your Shot contest that we do. For those of you who are not aware, if you have a SayIntentions livery and you post on Discord, there's a Shoot Your Shot channel on Discord. But if you have a SayIntentions livery of your airplane and you post a really cool screenshot of that livery in action, whether it's, soaring above the clouds or at the gate, like in this photo, we do it's not a drawing. We select our favorite submission every month. And at the end of the year, we're going to put these into a calendar. We'll talk more about that next week. That you'll be able to buy if you want, and we have something else to announce as well. But this is this week's winner. By the way, we also use these shots on our website. We use them in promotional materials, et cetera, and they're awesome, and I love them. And the winner for November, no, that's not a weird typo. His Discord handle actually is Vectors to Final. Which is awesome. It almost sounds like he changed his Discord name to manipulate his way to being a winner. And if true, it worked. So that's always, that's funny. All right. So congratulations to Vectors to Final for winning the Vectors to Final Shoot Your Shot contest for November. And again, we're going to talk more about what we're doing with these next week, that I'm pretty excited about. Also, people have been asking if we're doing anything for Black Friday. The answer is absolutely yes. And to emphasize that, I copied the same thing 3 times, so it would look really cool and important on this page. But we're doing what we're calling a Black Friday 36-hour quote-unquote free-for-all. Now, for those of you for whom English is, for those of you non-Americans, let's just put it that way, who may not understand what a free-for-all is, it doesn't mean everybody does it for free. Although in this case, we'll talk more about that. But a free-for-all is essentially something where it's a little crazy and everyone gets to participate. That's a free-for-all. We are opening our ATC network, the product, to all flight simmers to use during this period. And if you don't have a SayIntentions subscription, you'll be able to use it for the entire 36-hour period for free. All right? So this will be starting at 4 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow on Thanksgiving. That's the 28th. And that'll go through 4 a.m. Eastern time on the 30th. So a total of 36 hours of flight time that non-subscribers will be able to use for free. So if you've had a demo in the past and you didn't end up subscribing, you'll be able to come in and just use your same username and password, and it'll just work. If you were a subscriber in the past but you let your subscription expire, you'll be able to come in and your account will work. So I'm really, really excited about this. I'm expecting tons and tons and tons of live pilots, et cetera, et cetera. But the other thing that we're doing with this is we'll be giving away 10 1-month subscriptions and this will be in a raffle drawing. But the way that you enter is you fly. So all you have to do is come in and fly once, and you're in the raffle. You don't get more entries for flying lots of times, so don't worry about that. You just have to come in and fly at least once during the 36-hour period. You're entered in, and then on Saturday we'll announce the winners of the 36-hour free-for-all contest. Again, we're giving away 10 1-month subscriptions, and we do have a grand prize subscription we're giving away, which is a 1-year subscription along with a swag pack that we'll send you. Depending on what country you're in, it will depend on what we put into that. Whatever we can ship affordably to you. But we'll get you a 1-year subscription and a few things in the mail. Yes, and Speedy Retreat in the chat room does ask an important question. He says, do you get bonus points for flying inverted for the entire 36 hours? The answer is yes, absolutely. We would be monsters not to give you that. No, I'm just kidding. That's funny. By the way, if you have questions, put them in here. We'll answer when we're done. But that's the 36-hour free-for-all beginning at 4 p.m. Eastern on the 28th, Thursday the 28th. That's tomorrow. 4 p.m. Eastern is, what is that, 10 p.m. Zulu time? 2200 Zulu time, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Let's move on here. And a Thanksgiving Day miracle. For those of you who've been using MSFS 2024, they have an EFB. There's an electronic flight bag in MSFS 2024. It is available in most of the airplanes, and it kind of works like a little iPad, where developers can create apps that show up inside the flight, this little EFB thingy. And, we wanted to be the first ones to the party here. We wanted to get our name in there, and you can see there's a screenshot there with a SayIntentions app running inside the MSFS 2024 EFB, and the question is, what happens when you click on that? And the answer to that question is this. It actually opens up your comm log and the SayIntentions UI, most of it anyway, inside of the EFB, where you can see your comms history, the frequencies for the airport that you're near, some basic information about your flight, etc. It is available now. And I did not get confirmation from Margin that we pushed this out. I think it's pushed out now. I hope it is anyway. And the way that you get it is you launch the SayIntentions app. And once you launch the SayIntentions app, it will actually put the EFB into your community folder for you. So launch the app, it'll drop all the files into your community folder, and then you'll just need to restart MSFS 2024. And then, when you restart MSFS 2024 after that, you'll see the icon that I showed you. Where was it here? Right here, where you can see the SayIntentions icon. And then again, once you get your flight going, you'll see the UI in here. Now, you do still need to run the SayIntentions app. This isn't a replacement for that, but it just gives you a way to see it inside the cockpit. So this is going to be awesome. I'm really excited about this. All you have to do is launch that app, and again, the UI shows up inside of your cockpit. Now, that EFB can be detached, so you can move it around in your cockpit and put it where you want it, and those kinds of things. This is potentially a really immersive replacement to the VR toolbar plugin that we have. But I'm excited to get you guys' feedback on this. And by the way, a huge thank you to Johnny. His Discord handle is Johnny123, Jony123, for the assistance in building out this plugin. We appreciate it, and plan on making this part of our standard portfolio here. So this is great. All right, one more thing. And to talk about our one more thing, I've got Giannis is going to join us here. Let me pull Giannis in here. 1 second. Let me get it up in the front. There we go. Say hello, Giannis, to everybody.
Hello, guys.
Giannis
Thanks for having me.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to introduce you. I'm going to let you introduce yourself, and I'm going to let you say what you want to say. Fire away.
All right. Very excited to be here. I'm Jannes van Gestel. I am the one of the organizers of Flight Sim Weekend in the Netherlands, upcoming March 15 and 16. I hope a lot of people here already know about Flight Sim Weekend. It's the European's leading event for Flight Sim fans, with many developers and experts from the Flight Sim community, as well as enthusiasts and hobbyists. And I think it's really cool to announce here that SayIntentions is going to be there in March.
We will be there. Yeah, we were planning on having a booth there, but we took it a little further, didn't we?
Yeah. So SayIntentions is not just gonna be at Flight Sim Weekend for the very first time, an event with over 5,000 attendees in person and over 60 exhibitors. They're also gonna be the presenting partner of Flight Sim Weekend 2025, which means that you're gonna see a whole lot of SayIntentions in the lead up to our event in spring next year.
I'm really excited about this.
Yeah,
This is really
so
going to be
are we.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about the venue that you guys have
The
secured.
venue, yeah. So in case you've never been to Aviodrome in the Netherlands, the Aviodrome Aviation Museum is where we have been hosting Flight Sim Weekend for the last, I would say, 20 years. It's an aviation museum. It's full of old classical planes. If you look at the pictures that you have up on the screen, you see a few old Dutch planes, the old Fokkers, pardon my English. We also have an old
The old
KLM
what?
747.
What kind of airplanes?
It's a Fokker.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. All right,
And
keep going.
in the back, we also have a Lockheed Constellation indoors where people actually can exhibit underneath the constellation. And outside, they have a KLM, an old KLM not 777, a 747 that can also be used for presentations. And
Wow.
it's one of the greatest venues out there to have an event like this, because you'll have all these amazing exhibitors there with all their hardware, their home cockpits, their stuff you can buy, software developers underneath and between the airplanes and the aviation museum.
This is so cool. I'm so excited about this. So just so I understand this correctly, the show is in the museum, and the booths and the presenters and everything are spread out around these airplanes. Is that right?
Yeah, so basically the museum is made up of a few sections. One of the sections is really a museum hall where the planes are raised up a little bit and exhibitors can be put next to or underneath the planes. There's also sections that are a bit more like your classical convention center, like from the other event that is organized in the US every year. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a mix because we have, we need to make sure all 60 plus organizations that are going to be there obviously fit in. We also have a few additional side buildings where we have room for communities and aviation clubs, virtual airlines. We have a special area that they actually opened up last year at the museum, which is a venue for or a hall for fighter jets, and we plan to put all the military cockpits there. That we have. So it's a really nice mix of old classical planes, icons, like I said, 747, starfighters, DC-3, you name it. And I'm really excited that SayIntentions is going to be our presenting partner. And we're going to make a lot of noise with you guys about this epic event coming up in March 25th.
No, this is going to be great. Now, you guys have I think you said around 5,000 people is the expected number, and sincere question. We did not script this, so I have no idea what the answer is. But that makes you guys like by far the largest dedicated flight sim show in the world, right?
Yeah, that's correct. We, I think we are probably a little bigger than FS Expo in the
You
US.
are no, that's
we love
bigger for
FS
sure.
Expo. We
Yeah,
are
no,
in very
look,
good contact
this isn't
with,
you
with
guys
Evan.
versus them. I mean, they're in the U.S., you guys are in Europe, and that
Absolutely.
means that everybody gets a chance to attend. A flight sim expo. Most of us are not going to fly halfway across the world just to go to something like this. So I love that we have, options. I agree. This isn't about you versus them. We love FS Expo as well. We're going to be at FS Expo in the summer. We were there last year. I'm excited to be here. Like I said, it's not for us, it's not one or the other. This is just about, being able to reach the entire flight sim community.
Exactly.
But I'm very excited by the fact that, this is a big show. And, one of the things that it demonstrates, I think, that I'm really excited about is, man, Europeans, you guys are passionate about flight sim in ways that, as an American, I did not anticipate when we started this project. So half the reason I'm excited to get to this show is to be part of that, right? To be part of that. You guys are crazy when it comes to flight sim. I mean, you guys are
we're crazy,
absolutely. I've never seen anything like it, actually.
I mean, just think about it, right? Like in Europe, we have so many amazing developers when it comes to flight simulation. Just look at Germany; they're full of, like, Aerosoft is just one of them. Just to name a big name. And there's so many in the UK. We have some in Scandinavia. We have some in France. They're all coming to. They have been coming to Flight Sim Weekends. Many of them for years now. Um, and it's just so great that we are now seeing that even companies from the United States and Asia are also joining us, because we have a huge audience. I mean, it just helps to have such an amazing venue. I think the nice thing about Flight Sim Weekend as well is, even if you are, I hope you're not, but even if you would get bored from all the stands, and I don't think you will, but even if you do, in the slight chance that you do, you can always go look at the planes, because it's a beautiful museum, and
Right.
access to the event is also access to the museum. So yeah, that's just so cool.
And
Um,
it's in March, so the weather should be good
Yeah, it
ish.
should be. We
Yeah.
March in the Netherlands there can be rain sometimes, but it can also be beautiful weather. Who knows? We'll see. Last year
And
the weather was great.
and for any American friends who might be thinking about, coming to this show, which, by the way, what an awesome excuse to go to Europe. You can
Yeah,
surprise your wife with a trip to Europe and then bring her here. Um,
yeah.
Follow
I
me
mean,
for more marriage advice. Um, you're about what? It's like a 30 minute. It's like 30 minutes from the Amsterdam airport. Is that right?
yeah. It's I would say 45 minutes drive by car, hour and a half by public transport. Public transport here is generally really good.
Right.
So I would say I would recommend, actually, if anyone's planning to come to Flight Sim Weekend, whether you're coming from the Netherlands or from abroad, try to come by public transport, because our parking did get a little full last year, and you know,
Yeah.
buses, trains are great here. Um,
I mean, 5,000 people is a lot of people to throw
yeah,
at a
we
at a museum like this, right?
yeah
But
yeah.
so
I mean,
this will
it's
be
fun.
this will be
Mhm.
great. What when can people buy their tickets?
Yeah, so in terms of ticket sales, the ticket sales are hopefully going up at the latest January 1st. We hope to get them up hopefully next month in December. The tickets are sold by the museum themselves. We'll obviously get you guys all a link with where you can buy them, and then you can buy your tickets. The nice thing about the tickets is that they are basically just your general museum entry tickets, so they're relatively cheap. I'm talking 20 euros, maybe even less. I'm not
Oh,
exactly
yeah,
sure what
that's
the
no
price
yeah.
is. And of course, you should come on both Saturday and Sunday, because there's so much to see. You won't be able to see everything in one day. And we'll have an amazing show in the theater as well, which you guys are also going to be a part of, I believe.
Yes, yes.
Um, so I hope you have some cool announcements to make live from the Flight FS Elite stage at Flight Sim Weekend, which will be live streamed. So if you can't make it, you can still watch online. So that's good as well.
And okay, so you'll be live streaming the speeches and
Yeah.
things like that. And is that I assume that's a different sort of virtual ticket that people can buy to be part of this
No, that's
remotely?
actually completely free. So
You're
you can
doing it
just
free.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. The live streaming, everyone can look for free. The stream will be on our website. Will be hosted by FS Elite. You guys can put it on your website if you want to.
Oh, we for sure will. No, that's
Yeah,
very
I would
exciting. Well,
definitely
guys, if
do
you're
that.
if you're in the chat room, if you're planning on being there, give us just a quick reaction. I want these guys to see we've got a lot of customers in Europe, and I hope that the majority of them are planning on at least stopping by. If for nothing else, just to see the venue. I mean, this is really
Oh,
really
it's
cool.
beautiful.
But also to stop by and say hi to us. So we'll be there. We'll have swag to give away. We'll try to have T-shirts there for our existing customers, but we'll have a bunch of other things that we'll be giving away, and then a bunch of other things that we'll be involved in as it relates to the show. It's very very cool for me, by the way, just speaking personally, to see our logo sitting right next to yours like this. This is really exciting for me. And a huge thank you to our customers for, making this possible for us. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be in a position to do this. And The biggest thing for us, and I've said it on this live stream before, the biggest challenge that we have is most people have never heard of us, and they have no idea who we are. So this is such a great solution to that problem. Thank you for having us, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, we are excited as well. We will love to
Wonderful.
see you in March, and everyone else, of course.
I may have you stick around in case there's questions, but for those of you
Yeah.
who have questions about anything that I've talked about on the live stream here, please feel free to ask those. I'm going to jump back in here and grab any questions that have been asked. I can answer those. One of them that got asked was about, and apologies, Jonas. I'm gonna answer some questions totally unrelated to the show here. But if any come in that are related to the show, stick around here. Let's see. Can we use SayIntentions in career mode? The answer is yeah. You sort of can. What I mean by that is our stuff works fine in MSFS 2024 career mode. Our stuff works just fine. So yes, you can use SayIntentions while you're doing career mode. The caveat to that, the exception to that is SayIntentions is unaware of whatever mission you're flying, and the career mode add-on is unaware of SayIntentions. But if you just want like good air traffic control while you're doing your career mode missions and things like that, yeah, it works fine. It works great. It's really cool. Can you use AI for rescuer voices during search and rescue missions? No, but we do have something interesting that we'll be announcing here soon that I think will get your attention. But it's not quite that, but it's close. The EFB app, does it show up to all users in MSFS? No, it unfortunately only shows up to people who have and are using the SayIntentions app. So you have to install the SayIntentions app, and then our stuff installs an add-on to the EFB that you can then see. So yeah, again, I just want to reiterate: if you're doing the career mode missions, yes, our stuff works while you're flying the career mode missions, no problem. It's just that we aren't aware of the mission, and the mission isn't aware of us. So that should be a pretty easy one. Can you add a non-subscription method but without premium voices? Yeah, that's what Entourage is. Entourage includes all so for a one-time cost of $44.95, Entourage gives you everything that SayIntentions has in a one-time purchase, except for air traffic control. So the air traffic control is still very expensive to operate. We pay money every time you squeeze the transmitter, and we cannot offer that in a one-time product. But I will tell you, it's extremely good. If you've never tried it, please try it. Well over 90% of the people who try our stuff buy it, and most of them come in fairly skeptical that it's worth the money. So come on and try it. But if you want to buy our stuff at a one-time price and you don't need air traffic control, Entourage is where it's at. One-time fee, you get everything we have, except for air traffic control, obviously. Let's see. What else do we have here that I need to answer here? Yeah, I think we got it. Oh, FS Weekend. Oh, question for you.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw actually a few questions.
Oh,
me.
why don't you? Well, I'll let you take them. Go ahead.
No, I saw someone asked if there's accommodation nearby, and actually we have something about that. So really close to the Aviodrome Aviation Museum and the airport where the event is the Van der Valk Hotel in Lelystad, the city where the event is. And we'll be sharing, not just yet, but we'll be sharing a discount code for all the visitors of Flight Sim Weekend, a 10% discount code. So don't book just yet. There might be a discount available for you in the short future if you want to book a hotel room. So that's one. And there was another question I saw, which is, when will the website be updated with a list of exhibitors? Soon. The first one is about to be added. It's SayIntentions. And the rest will follow in the coming weeks. We're still taking registrations as currently. So
Do
we'll be
you?
announcing names as soon as we know them.
I was just gonna say, do you happen to know any of the bigger ones that'll be there? And if you don't, that's okay. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
Well, we know that Aerosoft's going to be there. We know that PMDG is pretty much 100%, 99%,
okay.
99.9% going to be there. Any other ones that I can 100% confirm just yet? Fly by Wire is always, they are always there. They're great with their A380 this time.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. I don't think there's any other
That's
ones that
great.
I
No,
can
no, no worries. I
just
kind of put you on the spot there. So yeah, no concerns.
yeah.
Did we get all the questions?
Let's see. Was there anyone? Any? When are tickets going to be available? We just discussed that, but we expect tickets to be available in December. If it's not going to be December, then it's going to be early January. One thing to note is, like I said, I just got a message from another. One of the exhibitors is watching. Yes, Papa Hotel Dutch Scenery Design, who actually made a scenery
Ah,
of the airport where we will be exhibiting. He's gonna be there as well, and I believe he's working together with SayIntentions to
yes,
implement some local procedures of the
yes.
Lelystad Airport into SayIntentions software. So that's a really cool one. Also, there's some
We're
Easter eggs.
yes, we're gonna do. I guess I can say it now.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any
cat's out of the
concerns with
bag.
this. Yes, so custom scenery. That will have the museum and things like that laid out. So as you fly into this airport in your simulator, you'll see the museum and things like that. And yes, it's Papa Hotel. There's
Papa Hotel Dutch Scenery Design.
that's it. Papa Hotel does. Thank you. And he's phenomenal, by the way. He's really, really talented. But he's putting together, a custom version of this airport that we'll be able to fly into. But the really cool part, yes, is customized air traffic control procedures. So what we're basically building is a virtual fly-in for this event. So everybody will be able to sort of fly in. There'll be customized procedures to handle the volume of people that will be arriving virtually, and custom scenery to go along with it. So we're gonna and we'll do something special. We'll have more to announce later, but there will be a virtual fly-in for the event that will include awesome air traffic control, which will be available to anyone and everyone, not just SayIntentions subscribers for the fly-in. So everybody will be able to use our stuff to fly into this airport. I'm really excited about it.
That's real. I didn't even know that. That's
Oh
really
yeah,
cool.
yeah, of course. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Awesome. Yeah, and just so you know, like in his scenery, there is like some Easter eggs related to Flight Sim Weekend as well. So you
Ah,
can actually see the virtual event in the scenery while you are at Flight Sim Weekend for real. So it will be a bit of a layer inside a layer.
okay.
I hope.
So that's very cool. So as we get
Yeah,
closer, that scenery will be available for download, both directly, probably from you guys. Certainly, we'll have it available on our website to download, and then we'll have a kind of a fly-in guidebook that we'll publish that literally everybody will be able to use for the fly-in. So this is going to be really, really cool.
yeah, really awesome. I don't know if there was any other questions. Bum.
We'll be able to
I
see
don't.
other SI people in the fly-in. Yep, that's part of the goal. Yeah, I think we got it all, which is awesome and exciting, and we'll have lots more to talk about as we get closer and are ready to announce more details about what's going on. So thank you. I appreciate you joining us.
Absolutely, no problem.
Thanks for the chance to get involved with FS Weekend. We're excited.
Oh, so are we.
All right, thank you, sir. Have a great one.